Bro. What? Nah, nah, not in front of my camera. Get out. Get out. Okay, you can go.
When my mom was a little girl, she heard this wild rumor that she comes from a family of witches. So naturally, like any sane person, she wanted to get to the bottom of this. She graduated college with honors and went all in on studying the supernatural in a more scientific way. And her big takeaway was that the supernatural is real. We just need the right means to connect with it. But even though Mom became super famous for her groundbreaking work, she still couldn't figure out if our family had any connection to witches. She was so obsessed with finding the answer that she neglected everything else, which didn't.
No way.
They fought all the time.
Okay, I don't think it's not the same. It's not the same,
Mom realized
girly.
she was pregnant with me, so she dropped her research, moved into her childhood home with Aunt Jessie, and became the most devoted mom ever. But the second I started high school, she drove right back into her witch hunt. She even had this creepy little office where she kept all the souvenirs from her years of research. And Aunt Jessie absolutely
Crazy.
hated that place.
Oh my god, Kara. Who gave you that awful haircut?
Mom did. What's wrong?
Nothing, except you look like a shaved squirrel. She looks fine.
She looks so pretty. She looks so cute. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong?
Nothing, except you look like a shaved squirrel.
That's so mean.
Why are you in my office anyway? I thought you hated coming here. I do. It's just that I need some money. I'm traveling to Bora Bora tomorrow with Jack, and I
Bora Bora.
silent wannabe you're reaching on his. Who's Jack? I thought you were dating Mark.
My cat. My cat is a disturbance of my life. I'm back? Hello? Hello? I think I will never know this way. You are listening to this, right? Like the...
Mark was such a bore, so I broke up with him.
Wait. So, her aunt is dating with multiple girls? Multiple girls, no. Multiple boys. Shit. Ain't no way I said this. I said this, goddammit. Okay, here we go.
Mom did. What's wrong?
Nothing, except you look like a shaved squirrel. She looks fine, Jessie. And why are you in my office anyway? You hated coming here. I do. It's just that I need some money. I'm traveling to Bora Bora tomorrow with Jack, and I don't want him to see me as some wannabe you're reaching off his money. Who's Jack? I thought you were dating Mark.
Bora Bora.
Mark was such a bore, so I broke up with him. Now I'm dating Jack. You know he's an entrepreneur.
Wait, what if like her mom is the girl we saw in the other story? Because they really look really similar. Which makes a lot of sense. She go to study in a more like scientific way because of her parents being really the multiverse.
A yacht. Only 1,000th of a percent of the world population own a yacht. And Jack is one of them. Now, if you're done interrogating me, can I have some cash?
Aunt Jessie was Mom's.
Okay, wait. So you are saying like I don't want to seem like just laying off his money. You gotta spend the rest of your life laying off his money. So why you're trying to do like to fit like this bigger picture right now? Like, anyways.
Twin sister, but unlike Mom, Jessie was a total free spirit. She drifted from place to place, never held down a steady job, and dreamed
But
rich
rich.
so she'd never have to work. Mom thought Jessie was a total flake, and for Jessie,
Weep.
Mom
So
was
funny.
one science experiment away from turning into a mad scientist. So, obviously, they never got along, and life went on.
Yeah, they are so different.
One day, everything changed.
No, my headphones. No.
Just like we keep asking you to like and subscribe. So, please go ahead and do that.
I already did.
Mom was in her creepy office doing her usual research when we
Wow.
heard a crash. Jessie and I rushed in to check on her, and there she was.
Wow.
Passed out cold on the floor. Her research papers were scattered everywhere. And right in the middle was this weird necklace. I ran to Mom's side while Aunt Jessie called the ambulance. But when the paramedics arrived, they said she was in a coma. Mom was rushed to the hospital.
What the hell?
Behind. I couldn't bring myself to leave it there. It felt important, like it might hold the answers we needed. So I took it and always kept it close to me.
Oh my god, just toss that ugly thing already.
No way! This was the last thing Mom was researching before she collapsed. She might need it when she wakes up.
For what? To wear to some ugly necklace convention? Kara, you're 18. Go live your life. Use
Wait, she's 18? She doesn't look 18.
salt way too much for a teenager.
And you're way too wild for someone in their 40s. Don't you care about
Oh,
her at all? Aren't you even a little worried if she's ever gonna wake up?
Look, your mom's nuts, okay? For all we know, this is because she spent too much time chasing ghosts and ancient nonsense. Now, do me a favor and stop playing detective.
Aunt Jessie grabbed my arm, and I wanted to pull away. But I was too stunned. Not because of what she did, but because of what I saw. I had this vision where I saw Jessie in Mom's office, pulling money out of her locker. You stole from Mom's locker?
What locker? I didn't steal anything.
But I just saw... I grabbed Jessie's arm again, and just like before, I saw her in Mom's office stealing money. I was trying to make sense of what was happening, when suddenly, my eyes fell on the necklace in my hand. I kept it down and touched Jessie again, and nothing. No visions this time. Could this necklace actually be showing me something?
Oh no, you've got that look. The same one your mom got whenever she went on about ghosts or spirits or whatever nonsense she wasted her life chasing.
Jessie kept groaning about something, but my
Hmm.
mind was stuck on the fact that the necklace actually had powers. Every time I held it, these weird flashes would hit me. I didn't totally get what they were. Maybe they were some blurry sneak peek.
That's so beautiful, and I love it.
Honestly, with Jessie's track record, seeing her steal from Mom felt unbelievable. Proof that this
I knew it's someone like that.
The next day, I wore the necklace to school, and like I suspected, every time I bumped into someone, I saw a glimpse of their future. Like
A glimpse, glimpse of life. Na 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 na. Pow, pow, pow.
cheer cap
Sorry.
and saw her flipping out in front of everyone. Sure enough, later that day, she dumped her boyfriend and destroyed his locker. I also saw Kyle, the class clown, going home alone to his cats, which was kinda sad. But then, I saw the rude school janitor having a terrible lunch that would keep him in the back room all afternoon. That instantly lifted my spirits. Oh, wow, this is the best day ever! Whee!
To
How is the best day ever? What? Yo, how is your best day ever?
Is that your secret strategy to beat me on the test? I hate to break it to you, but it's not gonna work.
Ugh, Ethan. Of course he had to walk in and ruin my perfect day.
The names are always the same, bro.
Play the most.
And it looks like a Genshin character. In the middle of this is all a Genshin ad, and we don't know, bro. Imagine, like the other time, no, but the other time was Mori as it.
By angels, and of course, perfect grades. He's got it all. But here's the kicker. Ethan's insanely clumsy. It's almost a talent, how bad he is at holding on to things. Lunch trays, expensive vases,
So this is the one she needs to care about. Okay.
you name it, he's probably dropped it. And yet, somehow, his clumsiness just makes him even more charming to everyone. Well, everyone but me. I just thought it was hilarious how someone so perfect can be such an...
No one is perfect, okay? No one is perfect. Everyone, if someone looks perfect, they have some flaws, okay? That's what we can take from the story.
Oh my god, Ethan, are you okay? Did you hurt?
Fun girl.
Yeah, I'm fine. Flipped a little. No wait.
Everything is fine.
Call the nurse. Ethan, how many fingers am I holding up?
2?
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. It's just... Isn't this a little dramatic? He just tripped. He's not dying.
He's not dying, exactly.
I could have seriously hurt myself. What if I hit my head and broke my neck? Would that be serious enough for you?
Oh my god, you're fine. You may have a concussion, but that's about it. And you literally fall every day, Ethan. Multiple times a day. And you're walking just fine, aren't you? Ethan gave me the stink eye. And since then, he's been in this weird, unspoken competition with me. He tries to beat me at everything. I need to
Bro, there's no need.
get to the front of the cafeteria line first. And even though I have no idea why he's doing that, one thing's for sure. There's no way I'm letting him win.
Slay.
I'm here. I'm not late.
Smell. Just ask, alright? I'll lend you a couple bucks for the bus next time you're...
Huh? Not the camera again, bro. Ah. My headphones will have more energy. Yay. Yeah. Yeah. What the heck I'm saying? Okay. Let's go. It's getting complicated today, I can see that. Am I back actually, or? Oh, okay, I am! Yay, with another headphones, because my cutie cat headphones don't have battery anymore. Can we just get back to the billionaire thing, or we just crash out? Please. I'm sorry. Got that back. Okay. Can we go now? Can I go now? Can I go now? Okay.
At least I can run without tripping over a rock and rolling down the street.
I don't need to run. I have a car with a private driver.
And thank God for that. For God knows how many people you would have run over by now.
I don't have sound anymore, bro. What? Yo. I can see today's stream is going wild, bro. Okay. Here we go.
That smell. Did you run here? Just ask Kara and I'll lend you a couple bucks to the bus next time you're late.
At least I can run without tripping over a rock and rolling down the street.
I don't need to run. I have a car with a private driver.
And thank God for
Yeah.
that. For God knows how many people you would have run over by now. You clumsy fool.
Dare you?
Ethan lunged at me, but his foot caught on the desk. And he ran into me. As soon as we touched, I had this crazy vision of Ethan wandering through a forest, moving deeper like he was searching for something. And then suddenly, he reached the edge of the cliff and fell.
If you keep staring at me like that, you'll fall in love.
Ugh, as if. Get off me. And yeah, maybe stay away from cliffs for a while, okay?
What? Did you not?
Vision of Ethan wandering through a forest, moving deeper.
Let me see this part better because my cat just went here and
Rolling down the street.
I don't need to run. I have a car with a private driver.
And thank God for that. For God knows how many people you would have run over by now. You clumsy fool.
Dare you?
Ethan lunged at me, but his foot caught on the desk, and he crashed
Oh, shit.
right into me. As soon as we touched, I had this crazy vision of Ethan wandering through a forest, moving deeper like he was searching for something. And then suddenly, he reached the edge of the cliff and fell.
If you keep staring at me like that, you'll fall in love.
Ugh, as if. Get off me. And yeah, maybe stay away from cliffs for a while, okay?
What? Did you not get enough oxygen to your brain while running over here?
Just then the teacher walked in, and we rushed back to our seats. That entire day, I couldn't help keeping an eye on Ethan. Even though he was a jerk, I didn't want him falling off a cliff because of some
Same.
entity. That would break too many hearts at school. So later, when I saw him walking toward the woods behind the school, I decided to follow him, but he'd already walked in deeper. I kept walking straight, trying to stay optimistic, when I finally saw Ethan moving towards the cliff in a trance-like state. Ethan, stop! No response. I screamed for him again, but when he didn't stop, I ran towards him and pulled his arm, snapping him back to reality.
like, good morning.
You walked into the jungle. You don't remember?
No, I remember being at football practice, and now I'm just here? How did I even get here? And wait, how'd you know where to find me? Were you following me? You were, weren't you? Why? Did one of my dad's enemies send you to keep an eye on me? Tell me!
No.
I panicked. Ethan's dad was a senator, and me showing up out of nowhere was definitely weird. Especially because we didn't get along. I could understand why he'd be paranoid, so I had no choice but to tell him the whole truth.
So you're telling me this necklace gives you the power to look into the future?
Yeah. And I know it sounds super made up, but I swear to God, it's true. And if you don't believe me...
No, I actually believe you. With all the weird
Really?
stuff going on in my life right now, a magic necklace honestly feels pretty normal.
That's when Ethan told me that for the past few
What?
he was being haunted by a ghost. It showed up out of nowhere. And ever since then, his life has been a mess.
I was always clumsy, but lately it's been getting worse.
It reminds me of like one anime I watched. I finally watched it last week.
I wake up doing the weird stuff, like wrecking my mom's rose garden or doodling all over some portrait of my great-grandfather. And I don't even remember doing it,
But how are you so sure a ghost has something to do with this?
because I've seen it. Sometimes late at night, I'll catch a shadowy figure in the mirror, or feel like someone's standing right behind me. Plus, we moved into this house only 6 months ago, and my parents were warned it might be haunted. But the house belonged to my great-grandfather, and Dad was obsessed with renovating it and moving in as soon as possible. And now I'm haunted by this stupid
okay.
ghost who probably wants me dead.
I stared at him, trying to process what he just said. A ghost was making Ethan clumsy and dangerous? It sounded ridiculous. But then again, I was wearing a necklace that could show me the future. So maybe this wasn't totally ridiculous.
You think I'm an idiot?
Exactly. What is that question, bro? What?
But that's beside the point. Seems like this ghost has some serious beef with you, and we need to make sure it doesn't totally wreck your life. Follow me. Ethan watched me suspiciously, but followed me anyway, and I took him home. I led him to Mom's office, dug through some of her stuff, and pulled out a protective talisman. This should keep you safe for a while. Although the ghost might still mess with your mind, it won't be able to harm you fatally.
Gee, thanks. That's reassuring. But how do you even know this stuff works?
My mom was a researcher of the supernatural. I picked up a thing or two growing up in this chaos. That is, until she got sick. But I'm sure she'll be fine in no time. And this time when she's back, I'm not letting her out of my sight for even 1 second.
At least you have that hope. I live in the same house as my parents, and I barely see them. Last month, I
Ouch.
kept waking up in random places around the house. My dad just hired a sleep specialist, then a psychiatrist, then a guard to lock my door at night. Not once did he ask me what was actually wrong. Just threw money at it until it looked fixed and I didn't cause any drama.
That sounds rough. But I guess we all have our battles.
That's really bad.
Ethan and I were practically inseparable. Honestly, it wasn't my case. Ethan was convinced he couldn't survive without me. And to be fair, he wasn't entirely wrong. At first, the things I saw ahead of time were small. Like stopping him from burning his tongue on hot cocoa or mixing up sugar and salt. But as the night went on, things got way more intense. First, I saved him from falling into the fountain in the school courtyard. Then it was dodging a soccer ball that almost slammed into his face. But things got really serious during science class when he nearly mixed 2 dangerous chemicals together. And I had to jump out of my seat to stop him. It looks like every time I stop you from a disaster, the ghost just gets angrier and pushes you into an even bigger one. We need to stop this. Did you sprinkle salt along the floor right up against the walls of your room like I asked you to? That's the only way to keep the ghost out of your room.
Of course I did. But the cleaning staff always sweeps it up and complains to my parents
Oh.
about the mess. They think I've lost my mind.
Then ask one of your bodyguards to watch over you at night. You've got plenty of those, don't you?
What am I, 5? My parents would think it's weird. You have to come up with a better solution.
Like what? I can't watch you 24/7, Ethan. There's got to be another way.
What idea?
Ethan's brilliant idea was to sneak me into his massive walk-in closet overnight without anyone noticing. But why can't I just come in through the front door like a normal person? I mean, you're kind of popular. Don't you have friends coming over?
Popular. You are the popular. You gonna be popular. Hey. Oh.
Around because my dad's
No, wait, that my camera is not working again. Thank you. God damn it. How do people get my reactions? They will not get my reactions. Not having a camera on me. Okay. Can you please? Can you please just hurry up? Okay. Can I go now?
None of them are real friends. And even if they were, my dad's way too paranoid to let anyone in without running them through 100 security checks. Seriously, sneaking in is just easy.
Way more claustrophobic.
You'll survive.
But it was tougher than it looked. Ethan's place was like a fortress. Big, sprawling gardens, guards crawling everywhere with
Wait,
dogs that
wait. What is the need of all of this, bro? That's my question. What is the need of all of this? You don't need to protect my house like a your house like a crazy, even though it's like big or something. Like you don't need to. Oh, I'm sorry.
Of course I did. The cleaning staff always sweeps it up and complains to my parents about the mess. They think I lost my mind.
Then ask your bodyguards to watch over you at night. You've got plenty of those, don't you?
What am I, 5? My parents would think it's weird. You have to come up with a better solution.
Like what? I can't watch you 24/7, Ethan. There's got to be another way.
I have
Exactly.
an idea.
Ethan's brilliant idea was to sneak me into his massive walk-in closet overnight without anyone noticing. But why can't I just come in through the front door like a normal person? I mean, you're kind of popular.
Yeah.
Your friends coming over all the time?
You mean those kids I hang with at school? They're only around because my dad's loaded. None of them are real friends. And even if they are, my
Ouch.
dad's way too paranoid to let anyone in without running them through 100 security checks. Seriously, sneaking in is just easy.
I'm way more claustrophobic.
You'll survive.
But it was tougher than it looked. Ethan's place was
I
like a
guess.
fortress. Big, sprawling gardens, guards crawling everywhere with dogs that would rip you apart. Even his closet was bigger than my room. So I slipped in and waited for Ethan while his guards patrolled the house. But with the blackout, the air felt heavy, and I started to feel dizzy. Before I knew it, everything went dark, and I passed out. When I
Oh,
opened my
no.
eyes, I wasn't in the closet anymore. Instead, I was standing in a dimly lit hallway with creaky wooden floors and walls lined with old paintings.
Finally,
You are
awake,
dreaming?
beauty.
I spun around to see a girl my age, dressed like she had just walked out of a 19th century drama. What is this? Where am I? Who are you?
Slow down, woman. One question at a time. You're having a dream, and I'm the ghost of this gorgeous house.
You're the one
Okay.
haunting Ethan?
Haunting is such a dramatic word. Let's just say I'm invested in his miserable little life.
Why?
Because I enjoy tormenting pretty boys. In life, I scarcely had the time for such amusements, but
Shut. I'm with her. I'm with. Just say.
now, as a ghost, I can slip in and out of their lives as I please. It's one of the few pleasures I have left. Now, if you're done pestering me with questions, there's something important I need to show you.
She led me down
What?
a narrow staircase and finally stopped in a weird cave that looked like it was centuries old. The walls were all stone, and on them were strange looping symbols repeated over and over in neat rows. I was trying to make sense of what they meant when the ghost gestured towards the end of the cave, to a red door.
If you want answers, just walk through that door.
What's behind it?
Hi, Max. You finally here, bro. You are finally here after a million years, bro.
Really enjoying this, aren't you?
Oh, immensely. Not
Oh yes. I do you know I have light for like 2 hours already.
do as I say. You don't have much time.
I took a deep breath and walked over to the door.
More than 2
But
hours.
just as I was about to turn the knob, I heard a scream coming from the end of the cave. I got so spooked, I immediately recoiled and fell. My head hit the ground, and I don't remember what happened next, except I woke up staring at the ceiling in Ethan's living room. I slowly got up, trying to make sense of what happened, when I saw Ethan holding a lighter, standing inches away from the curtains.
No!
I lunged forward and snatched the lighter out of his hand, when suddenly Ethan's parents walked in.
Who are you and what are you doing in my house?
Dad, she's...
I'm not asking you, Ethan. You go to your room.
But Dad,
I said leave!
Ethan's mom took his hand and took him to his room, while I just stood in the living room, motionless.
You girl, you broke into my house, and judging by that lighter in your hand, I'd say your intention was to set something on fire. Some rival sent you to sabotage me so I stepped down from my mayor campaign?
What? No! I wasn't trying to burn anything. I was helping Ethan. Ask him.
I don't have to ask him anything. My son would never be friends with someone like you.
Excuse me, sir, but you're crossing a line here. I agree this whole thing looks suspicious, but I'm telling you the truth. You can call my aunt. She can vouch for me.
Oh, I'm sure you have some accomplice ready to cover for you. Enough of this nonsense. You're not fooling me.
Before I could argue any further, his dad pulled out his phone and called the police. And an hour later, I was sitting in the police station, feeling like the unluckiest person in the world. I was just about to lose my mind when Jesse burst through the doors and dragged me home.
Of all the stupid, reckless, irresponsible things you could have done, Kara, you broke into someone's house?
I didn't. Ethan called me there. He's my friend.
So you're telling me you
You are friends now?
have rich friends like that guy Ethan, and you never told me? How could you do that? The least you should have done was to introduce me.
Girl is father as a woman. And women. Just get the fuck out.
To his father.
For the love of God, Jesse. His dad's married. Where are your morals?
Who needs morals when you can be rich? And his dad's a politician, right? Everyone knows politicians are always looking for trophy wives. I'm sure I'd fit right in. Now do me a favor and arrange a meeting.
I will do no such thing, freak.
Exactly.
I'll talk to him after break. Tomorrow at school. I didn't. Because Ethan didn't turn up at school the next day. Which kind of had
Oh
me
shit.
worried. I even called him, but he didn't answer. So I thought he was just ignoring me after what happened with his dad last night. But then, something in my heart told me things weren't right. So I decided to pay him a visit. I was outside his mansion when suddenly I started hearing voices. I walked in and froze. Ethan was standing on the edge of the roof.
Oh,
swinging
no.
like a leaf in the wind. His parents were shouting up at him. Guards were barking into their walkie-talkies. But no one was making a move to save him.
Ethan, sweetie, please wake up.
But Ethan didn't move. It was clear he wasn't himself. And if someone startled him or rushed up there, it might only push him to jump. I had to get to him somehow. So with everyone distracted, I slipped into the mansion and dashed upstairs to the rooftop.
Okay.
Ethan? Ethan, it's me. Kara. I know you can hear
Kara.
me. You're not alone. I'm here, okay? Just focus on my voice. Ethan tilted his head slightly, like he was trying to place the sound. You're stronger than this. Whatever's got a hold on you, it doesn't control you. You're Ethan, the guy who trips over air and somehow still looks cool doing it. You're not a puppet. Fight it! For a moment, nothing happened. And slowly, he turned his head to look at me.
Kara?
It's me. I've got you. I won't let go, I promise. Finally, he reached out, and the moment our hands touched, I yanked him away from the edge with all my strength. But I fell, hit my head, and blacked out.
Wait. She blacked out? Oh, she blacked out. Okay.
And when I woke up, I was in Ethan's room. What happened?
Good evening.
Your head.
Good morning.
Kara, I don't know how to thank you. If you hadn't come, I don't think I'd still be here.
Good thing I showed.
Yay.
Ethan reached into his pocket and pulled out my necklace. The chain was snapped, and the strange pendant was cracked right down the middle.
I got it
Oh.
next to you after you fell.
Oh no! It was the one thing that still connected me to my mom.
I'm so sorry, Kara. I'm sorry that I
Your
dragged
mom.
you into this mess. It wasn't your battle to fight. In fact, there's something you should know.
And Ethan told me that he wasn't actually possessed, but had a rare psychological disorder that caused blackouts and hallucinations.
It started when he was a kid, but it went away. We thought it was fine until these past few months. He started having these episodes. His dad's political campaign, the pressure,
Mm.
this old place with all those crazy stories.
Okay.
It must have triggered it again. And we tried to keep him safe, secured the entire place, but it didn't work.
My parents didn't tell me this because they thought I might freak out and maybe the condition will worsen. But what's worse than jumping off a roof? Sorry. Back to
I mean,
the bottom line is that I'm truly sorry for everything I put you through. And I'd really love that if we could be friends.
Ethan was still talking when my phone buzzed. It was Aunt Jessie, and she told me that Mom was finally awake. I I told Ethan, and he
Okay.
immediately offered to take me to the hospital. As soon as we reached the hospital, I
Beep, beep.
rushed into Mom's room and held her tight. Oh, thank God. I was so scared I'd never get to see you again.
Oh, my sweet girl, I missed you too. And I've gotta say this, you've been so brave.
But Mom, I messed up. I broke the necklace.
Well, you kind of did me a favor there.
Mom's eyes drifted to the broken necklace, and she told me that
Really?
it wasn't just some souvenir, but an ancient relic designed to imprison souls.
I studied it thinking it would confirm our family's history with witchcraft. I thought if I could connect my spirit to it, I'd gain the wisdom I've been seeking. Instead, the necklace...
But no. Okay, so it makes sense. Like it broke it. It makes sense. Like it broke it, and she got back.
Like Homa, but my
Yeah.
spirit was locked inside. But when it broke, it lost its hold. My soul was released and returned to my body.
Exactly.
You were in this necklace all this time?
In a way, yes, I've been watching you, and you've been so brave, Kara. Although I got a bit freaked out when I saw you walking towards that red door.
Wait. You know about the red door? How? I never told anyone about that vision.
I know because I was there. That scream you heard was mine. And it wasn't a vision, Kara. The necklace was messing with your head. It feeds off your fears and uncertainties. And when it sensed your confusion about Ethan's haunting, it created the image of a ghost to play on your emotions. It was all a trick to get you to walk through that red door willingly. And if you had, you'd be trapped just like I was.
So, you mean everything I saw in my visions was my imagination? But what about the stuff that came true?
The necklace has this strange power showing
Yeah.
bits and pieces of the future, with never the full picture. It keeps you curious, making you rely on it to guide you. That's how it earns your trust and manipulates you.
I think I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, you won't, because I will never let this happen again. I'm done with these studies, Kara. I lost sight of what matters, and nearly lost everything. I think I want to focus on my family again.
I'd love that too, Mom.
Great! Now that you're both reunited, maybe we can talk about my Bora Bora trip? No? Fine, I'll just sit here quietly. We are
Wait,
back.
but it didn't went yet. She didn't went yet.
It
Anyways.
felt like a new chapter had begun.
Yay.
The necklace was gone. Mom was awake and back with me. And as for Ethan,
He's fucking like
still clumsy as ever. But at least he's taking therapy. So he won't roll off another building and blame it on a ghost.
Okay. Nice to know.